What is the better choice, pre-construction or a resale condo? My team and I have helped hundreds of buyers purchase pre-construction condos and resale condos. I work with both, so I'm gonna be telling you pros and cons from both, comparing each one, and at the end of the video you will be able to determine which one is going to be a better investment and better option for you. So if this topic interests you, make sure you watch all the way to the end. And for those of you that don't know me, my name is Waisfeld, real estate agent here in Miami since 2016, helping buyers, sellers, and investors with all of the real estate needs down here in South Florida. And today we're going to be going over this very important topic and question that I get asked often by my clients. Hey Hans, should I go into the pre-construction? Should I go into a resale? What do you think the differences are? Which one do you think is better? That is exactly what we're going to be talking about. So let's get started right now. First, let's get started with the resale. Some pros of the resale is going to be that the unit is already ready. It's move-in ready. You like the property, this is what you're interested in, you send an offer, and within 30 to 45 days you are able to move into that property and start living it. Or if you will be renting it as an investor, you can close within 30 days and have a tenant already in there, or we can help you get a tenant in there, right? So that's very easily, it's let's go 1 2 3 purchase, the investment already starts within a month. Second thing, it is easier to finance. It's much easier to finance a condo that is already done, that the lenders could do all their studies and all the research and all the due diligence in, than a pre-construction that's gonna be ready in 3 4 5 years, right? No lender is gonna let you borrow money today for something that will maybe, hopefully, in the lender's eyes, be ready in 3 4 5 years. But in the resale, it's already ready. Most condos will ask for a 20 or 25% down to finance that building if it doesn't meet all the requirements, which most buildings do not meet all the requirements that the lenders ask for. I don't want to get into too much detail, but if you want to know a little bit more on how condos work, financing, pros and cons about condos, everything you should know about condos, I have tons of videos in my channel talking about condos in South Florida. So make sure you subscribe to the channel. Every single week I come out with videos talking about South Florida, Miami, real estate market, everything that has to do with the market in Miami as a whole. So financing, much easier, 20-25%. They look into you as a borrower and you are able to finance. Another positive thing of a resale is for those of you that like to go and touch, like if you're going shopping for clothes or a car. So if that is more of your style, you need to really feel it, touch it, and know what you're getting yourself into, then resale is going to be perfect because again, you're able to go see the property, feel it, see if it's that energy that you're looking for, see if it's the potential, if it's an investment property that you're looking into that you want, right? Much easier when you're buying something that's already done. Now let's talk a little bit of the cons of buying a resale. Resale, first of all, you already have it done the way it is, the layout it is, right? The structure it is, the materials that it has. Yes, you can renovate some things, but it's already done, right? So most people don't go and buy a condo to renovate the whole thing. Very few people do it. So it is what you're seeing is what you're gonna get. So that's pretty much no changing around it or no choosing floor plans like you could do in a pre-construction. It is what it is, right? That could be a con. Another con, of course, of resale is gonna be it's already an older building, right? It depends how many years it is, but most likely in South Florida, they're gonna be from the 60s, 70s, and 80s is when most of the condos were built, and you're gonna have just a lot of maintenance, you know, possibly a lot of things to do to it if it hasn't been renovated. Electrical is gonna be old, plumbing is gonna be old, the building itself may have issues. There's a lot of buildings going through the 40-year certification. I don't want to go into that, but there's a lot of work being done to these buildings. That's definitely a con if you're buying into one of these buildings. And usually the HOA fees in these older condos are going to be higher because since it's going to need work, it's going to need updating. Again, I mentioned the 40-year certification. Every 10 years after the 40 years, there's recertification. In South Florida, we're next to the ocean, right? There's a lot of wear and tear, walls, construction, painting, rusting, right? There's a lot of work that has to be done often to these condos. That makes the HOA fees, the maintenance fees, much higher than a building that's brand new. And usually we've been seeing that in South Florida, that the HOA fees have been going higher and higher and higher as the building gets closer to the moment that it needs a lot of this updating and work to it. Now let's talk about my favorite, pre-construction. It is my favorite because of course you're buying a brand new building. I mean, there's nothing better than that. However, just because it's my favorite doesn't mean that it's going to be the best option for you. Pros of pre-construction. Number one, going to the choices. You have available floor plans. Usually there's more than one floor plan for bedroom size. For instance, if you're looking into a 1-bedroom, there may be a lot more than just one floor plan for the 1-bedroom, right? There may be a 1-bedroom on the corner, there may be a 1-bedroom in the middle, there may be a 1-bedroom with 2 bathrooms, or 1 bathroom with 1.5, right? There's a lot more options. So that makes it very attractive for those buyers or investors that really want to choose what they want. So here, especially when you go into the beginning, I have a few videos talking about pre-construction. Make sure you go and check those out if you're interested in learning more about the pre-construction down here in South Florida and Miami. As I was saying, the sooner you get into the building or into the project, much better, because there's going to be a lot more available units for you to choose from. So that is amazing, right? So you're choosing the floor plan, you're also choosing the floor, location, view, okay? That is amazing. And then you also get to choose, sometimes, not always, the finishes, depending on the building, but you get to choose what kind of flooring do I want. There's always 3, 4, 5 options. What kind of cabinets do I want? That is amazing. And then once the unit is finished, you go and get to choose again the blinds that you want and many other things that, you know, the last finishes. Now let's go into the fact that a pre-construction building is going to be a brand new building in the area, right? So especially the Miami area, especially the heart of Miami, where you have the downtown, the Brickell, the Edgewater, the Wynwood, the Midtown, the Design District, all of these areas, which is pretty much the main areas of Miami. And every year there's less and less lots because there's some more construction and more people moving in, so there's not going to be that much competition. So that is amazing, especially in the heart of Miami. So what does that come? What does that bring? It brings lots of potential, which is the next thing, for appreciation. Lots of these pre-construction buildings, since you're buying it on pretty much on paper and images and a promise of what they are making, right? You're buying the property or just by the floor plan, the unit, the location, all of that. So of course, as you buying that, you're always gonna end up making a lot more money, right? Because a lot of people that don't trust, there's a lot of people that don't want to buy, that need the property right now. And so for you taking that risk into buying a property pre-construction, especially as soon as it comes out, you get all that appreciation. Historically, pre-construction condos in South Florida have gone up about 20% from the time that they have been started selling to the time of delivery, right? It could be less, it could be more. It depends on the neighborhood, which one, which unit, the floor, the size, many things, right? There's a lot of factors. But again, there's a lot of appreciation. Without being a landlord at the moment, without having to worry about headaches, taxes, insurance, anything, right? You don't have to worry about anything because it's like you invested into a unit that you know will be ready in 3, 4, 5 years. So that is pro that many of my clients buy into pre-construction because of that reason. And again, there's a lot more pros into the pre-construction. I have other buildings talking about that. I don't want to make this video too long. And a few of the cons of buying pre-construction, of course, going to be paying much more than a resale price per square foot. I mean, it is a brand new construction. That is obvious. Most likely you will have higher taxes since you're buying at a higher price. The taxes are based on the purchase date, when you're buying it, and of course, how much the city values that property for, right? Appraises that property for. So you're going to be most likely paying higher taxes. And another con that I've heard a few times for some of my clients is that in the beginning, the first few months or the first year, it's new to everyone. It's new to the developers, to the management, to the tenants, to the owners, to everyone living there. It's new, of course, right? So the operation is just now kind of starting. So I see this often, and you know, maybe some issues, maybe some things that needed to be fixed, maybe some things that needed to be changed, updated, whatever the case may be, but it makes total sense. I mean, you have a brand new construction. Of course, there's going to be some things that when it is finished, you're moving in, you're going to find some things that you need to call, they need to come, fix, update, either in the units or either in the building as a whole. So of course, that could definitely be a con. All right, everyone, there you have it. I hope this video helped you determine if pre-construction or resale is going to be best for you. If you would like to speak to me, one-on-one private Zoom call, you have all my contact information. It will be my pleasure and my honor. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you in the next video.